Hello, hola, hello. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how I layer calligraphy over a picture and create a looping effect. So what I usually do, just in case I mess up, I will duplicate a layer like you see that I did with this picture, and just so I'll have it as a backup just in case, and excuse the cold. Here what I'm doing is I'm actually just selecting a few colors because I'm going to custom create a background that I want to use. Now you can use one color, you can use several. As I always like to say, you make it however you want to make it. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to select, not what I'm trying to do, but what I am doing is I'm going to select a airbrush brush in Procreate, and I'm going to use that to blend the different colors of the background. I'm just making the brush a little bit smaller and redoing it. But I'm going to select the different colors just so I can get a bit of a dynamic effect. Now you can use 2, you can use 3, or again you can use 1. There's many different ways you can do this. So I'm just going to select another color. And now that I have my colors chosen, I'm going to select Gaussian blur just to give it that blend sunrise effect that you see here. So I'm just making some adjustments. And as always, again, you can, if you want to do this yourself, you can adjust it to your liking. So I just selected the picture layer again, and I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. You see there's some white that's coming through there, so I'm just going to take the eraser brush, just make it real small so I can go around and clean this up a bit. Now sometimes you may not, depending on what color background you choose, like maybe if I had done a different colored background or a lighter background, you may not even be able to tell that there's that white lining around on my picture. And that actually is me, by the way. I took that picture about a year and a half ago before we moved in our old apartment. But again, you may not be able to even tell that that you have lighting, like if I had a white background, but because the background is a colored background or darker, I'm choosing to clean this up a bit, clean this picture up a bit. So that's really what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger because for some of these really tight sections, it's a little bit easier to clean it up as best I can if I can enlarge the picture. So you see here, I'm just trying to get that outline a little bit. And really, this is one of my favorite things to do. I love creating pictures like this, or just to play around and practice and do stuff like this and create a looping effect and write over pictures. I used to, when I first started calligraphy, I would practice doing this with pictures of my nieces and my sisters because I just thought it was a lot of fun. So again, I'm just making a duplicate layer as I often do, just in case I mess up for some reason. I need a backup. So now I'm going to pick a color so I can do, and I'm going to use what brush am I going to use? Monoline brush. Now maybe I tried a different brush. Original Calligraphy. I'm doing a voiceover, so I can't even remember exactly what I did. Okay, so I saw that I chose a calligraphy brush. So as always, I'm just testing it out to make an adjustment on how big I want the brush stroke to be. Oh, and I already wrote my name and I lost the footage. That's why there was that weird cutout, so I apologize about that. So what I'm doing now is I am basically erasing, and you'll see me do it here. And you can adjust the opacity of the lettering that you've done, just so you can do the looping effect to make it a little bit easier. Like you see me doing here, you can make it lighter or darker if it's easier for you to make it a little bit lighter, and adjust the opacity just so you can erase certain parts of the letter. And this is what is going to create the looping effect. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to erase the parts that are covering on certain letters, certain sections, just the part that is covering my hand, so that when I adjust the opacity and bring it back up so that it's more bold, you'll be able to see that it has that looping effect. So that's really what I'm working on here, trying to get that all done, get that all cleaned up. And I think I pretty much have it the way I want it, so I'm just going to bring the opacity back up. Then you can see the looping effect. Oh, I made a mistake there, so I'm going to have to bring it back. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust it manually. But you'll see here how it looks like the letter is looping under my skin and then looped back over. And that's basically what I've done, or what you can do. So while working on the edit, I just realized that I removed the erasing I did on the H, but sometimes mistakes happen. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching.